Have you ever wondered why certain ancient principles of wealth generation continue to outperform modern financial advice year after year, while countless individuals struggle to keep their heads above water, regardless of how hard they work or how many hours they log at their jobs? It is not because they possess secret stock market algorithms or exclusive connections to Wall Street insiders. The true secret lies in a profound, time-tested framework that has guided families and communities toward extraordinary abundance for thousands of years, without ever failing those who put its lessons into practice with sincerity and discipline. I am Rabbi David, and for decades I have dedicated my life to studying the deep economic wisdom hidden within the Torah, the Talmud, and centuries of rabbinic commentary that outline a complete, divine blueprint for financial success, human dignity, and lasting prosperity. Today we are going to explore the ancient Jewish formula for building wealth that still works powerfully in the modern world of 2025, cutting through the noise of fleeting financial trends and offering you a solid, unshakable foundation for your financial future. And for those who are truly serious about accelerating their journey, for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School for just $299. This is where I unveil the complete Torah wealth system, the full architecture of ancient wisdom applied to modern financial transformation. You can find the link in the comments below this video, in the description, and if you are watching on my YouTube channel, you will also see a QR code on the banner of my channel page. Just open your phone camera, point it at the QR code, and it will take you directly to the school. The doors are closing soon, so do not wait. When most people think about wealth, they imagine stacks of paper currency, gleaming bank accounts, or luxurious physical possessions that can vanish overnight with a sudden economic downturn or a personal misfortune. But ancient wisdom teaches us that true wealth is not merely an accumulation of assets. It is a sacred state of being, an attitude of stewardship, and a continuous flow of blessings that sustains not only yourself, but your entire family and community. Consider the foundational teaching of our sages in the Pirkei Avot, where we are asked who is truly wealthy. The answer given is not the person who hoards millions in a vault or lives in a palace of gold. The true person of wealth is the one who rejoices in their portion, who understands that every single dollar, every resource, and every opportunity is a trust given to them by the Creator to manage with wisdom, justice, and profound gratitude. Many hard-working individuals come to me and ask why their relentless efforts do not translate into financial freedom. They wake up before dawn, they work late into the evening, they sacrifice precious time with their spouses and children, yet at the end of the month they find themselves drowning in debt and anxiety. The missing piece of the puzzle is almost never a lack of physical effort. It is a misalignment with the eternal laws of divine commerce and human dignity. In the ancient world, commerce was never viewed as a secular activity divorced from spiritual life. Every transaction, every negotiation, every partnership, and every handshake was treated as an act of partnership with the divine. When you approach your daily work with this elevated mindset, mundane tasks transform into holy missions. You no longer see your customers or clients as mere targets for a quick sale, but as human beings whom you have been blessed to serve and uplift. Let us examine the concept of diligence and purposeful action. The book of Proverbs reminds us time and time again that the hand of the diligent makes one rich, while laziness leads to poverty. But diligence in the Torah is not about working yourself to exhaustion at a job that drains your soul. True diligence means channeling your unique God-given talents into purposeful, high-leverage activities that create genuine value for the world around you. Every single human being is born with a specific set of skills, a unique spark of divine creativity that no one else in the history of the universe possesses. When you fail to cultivate that spark, when you spend your life working solely to enrich someone else's vision while ignoring your own potential, you are essentially burying your treasure in the sand. Wealth generation begins the moment you decide to take ownership of your productive capacity and build something of enduring value. Another vital pillar of the ancient Jewish wealth formula is the mastery of money management and savings. We often hear stories of lottery winners or athletes who make millions of dollars only to find themselves bankrupt a few years later. Why does this happen? Because money without financial discipline is like water poured into a sieve. It simply flows right through. The sages teach us that blessing only rests upon that which is hidden from the eye, meaning that wealth must be guarded, carefully budgeted, and thoughtfully invested rather than flaunted or squandered on superficial vanities. Discipline requires you to live beneath your means during the early stages of your wealth-building journey so that later on you can live in a way that allows you to give generously and support others freely. It means distinguishing clearly between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money into your pocket month after month, while a liability takes money out of your pocket. Most people struggle financially because they spend their hard-earned income acquiring liabilities that lose value the moment they purchase them. Let us talk about the role of risk and partnership in building lasting prosperity. No person ever built a great enterprise entirely alone. Collaboration is a fundamental law of expansion. When 2 or 3 individuals combine their strengths, their resources, and their faith, the synergy created multiplies their potential far beyond simple addition. The Talmud advises us to always divide our capital into 3 parts. Invest 1/3 in land, 1/3 in business, and keep 1/3 readily accessible in our hands for unexpected opportunities. This balanced approach ensures that you are never entirely wiped out by a single economic shock. Diversification is not a modern invention dreamed up by Wall Street quantitative analysts. It is an ancient principle embedded deeply in the wisdom of our ancestors who understood the unpredictable nature of worldly affairs. By spreading your resources wisely across different ventures, you protect your household from ruin while positioning yourself to capture new streams of income whenever market conditions shift. We must also address the psychological barrier of fear and scarcity mindset. Many people remain trapped in poverty not because of external economic oppression, but because of internal mental strongholds. They harbor deep-seated beliefs that money is evil, that rich people are dishonest, or that wealth is a zero-sum game where one person's gain is automatically another person's loss. These toxic beliefs act as invisible shields, repelling wealth and sabotaging every financial opportunity that comes their way. The truth is that wealth creation, when pursued ethically and with integrity, expands the economic pie for everyone involved. When you build a successful business, you create jobs for workers, provide valuable solutions for customers, pay taxes that support community infrastructure, and generate surplus resources that can be used to feed the hungry and heal the sick. Prosperity is not a finite resource to be guarded with jealousy. It is an infinite stream of divine blessing that flows abundantly to those who prepare vessels capable of receiving it. Charity, or tzedakah, plays an indispensable role in maintaining and expanding your financial blessings. In conventional economic thinking, giving money away reduces your net worth. But in the mathematics of the Torah, giving is the ultimate multiplier. The Hebrew word tzedakah stems from the root word for righteousness or justice, implying that giving to those in need is not merely a voluntary act of benevolence, but a fundamental obligation to restore balance to the world. Our sages teach us a remarkable promise found in the prophetic books, where the Creator challenges humanity to test Him in this single area. Give generously of your income to support the poor, uplift the brokenhearted, and fund sacred causes, and watch whether the windows of heaven do not open wide and pour out a blessing so immense that you lack room enough to receive it. Countless wealthy individuals throughout history have testified that their financial success was inextricably linked to their unwavering commitment to tzedakah. When you give with a joyful heart, you reprogram your subconscious mind to operate from a perspective of abundance rather than scarcity. You declare to yourself and to the universe that you have more than enough, and that your security does not depend entirely on your own strength, but on the boundless providence of the Almighty. This mindset shift frees you from the paralyzing grip of financial anxiety and allows you to make calm, rational, and courageous business decisions. Let us explore the importance of integrity, honesty, and reputation in commerce. In the Tractate of Shabbat in the Babylonian Talmud, one of the very first questions a person is asked when they arrive in the heavenly court for final judgment is not how many millions they accumulated, but rather whether they conducted their business dealings with absolute honesty and faithfulness. Your reputation is your most precious capital. A bad name can destroy a thriving enterprise overnight, while unwavering integrity builds a loyal customer base that will stand by you through thick and thin. In a world filled with shortcut artists, deceptive marketing, and get-rich-quick scams, honesty is the ultimate competitive advantage. When people know that your word is your bond, that your products deliver exceptional value, and that you treat your employees and partners with absolute fairness, you create a reservoir of trust that money simply cannot buy. Integrity attracts high-caliber partners, loyal investors, and dedicated employees who will help you scale your enterprise to heights you never imagined possible. Patience is another cornerstone of the ancient wealth formula. Modern society is obsessed with instant gratification. People want to get rich overnight through speculative cryptocurrency trades, meme stocks, or overnight viral ventures. But real, sustainable wealth is like a mighty oak tree that grows slowly and steadily over many decades, driving its roots deep into the earth so that no storm can uproot it. Quick money often brings quick ruin because the character required to maintain wealth has not been forged through the crucible of disciplined effort and patient endurance. When you embrace the long-term perspective, daily fluctuations, temporary setbacks, and minor market corrections no longer cause you panic or despair. You understand that every obstacle is simply a lesson designed to refine your character, sharpen your business acumen, and prepare you for greater responsibilities ahead. The path to true prosperity is a marathon, not a sprint, and those who win are those who maintain steady momentum day after day, year after year. Let us examine how family and community serve as the bedrock of enduring financial strength. In the Jewish tradition, wealth is rarely viewed as something meant to be enjoyed in isolated luxury. It is designed to be shared within the family unit and used to build strong, resilient communities that can support their members through every season of life. When you teach your children the principles of financial responsibility, work ethic, and charitable giving, you create a multi-generational legacy of abundance that protects your descendants from the curse of sudden riches. Too often, first-generation wealth creators work tirelessly to build a fortune, only to watch their children squander it away because the younger generation was never taught the values and disciplines required to sustain it. True generational wealth requires both the transfer of financial assets and the transfer of wisdom, character, and spiritual purpose. Your children must understand the story behind the wealth, the struggles overcome, and the sacred responsibilities attached to every dollar. As we navigate the economic landscape of 2025, with all its technological disruptions, inflationary pressures, and shifting geopolitical realities, the ancient wisdom of our ancestors remains more relevant and urgent than ever before. While others are paralyzed by fear and uncertainty, you can stand on firm ground by anchoring your financial life in timeless principles that have survived the rise and fall of empires throughout human history. You do not need to be born into a wealthy family, possess elite credentials, or have access to venture capital to transform your financial reality. All you need is the willingness to unlearn the toxic financial habits promoted by a consumerist culture, embrace the divine formulas of diligence, integrity, discipline, partnership, and tzedakah, and take consistent, courageous action toward your goals. The journey from financial struggle to abundance begins with a single decisive choice. It is the choice to stop drifting with the currents of economic circumstance and start captaining your own vessel, guided by the eternal compass of wisdom. Every great entrepreneur, every successful leader, and every person of profound influence started exactly where you are standing right now, facing the same doubts, the same fears, and the same crossroads. The difference between where you are today and where you desire to be tomorrow lies entirely in your commitment to application. Knowledge alone is merely potential power. It only becomes real power when it is put into active, daily practice. Commit yourself to studying these truths, applying them in your business, your career, your investments, and your household, and watch how transformation unfolds in your life. As you walk this path, keep your eyes fixed on the higher purpose of your prosperity. Wealth is not given to us so that we can indulge in endless luxury or ego gratification. It is given to us so that we can become instruments of blessing in a world that desperately needs healing, support, and light. When your financial success is tied to a noble mission, your motivation never wanes, your resilience never breaks, and your rewards multiply beyond measure. Let us delve deeper into the mechanics of divine blessing as outlined in the sacred texts. When the children of Israel journeyed through the wilderness, they received manna from heaven each morning. Notice the lesson of the manna. Everyone gathered according to their eating capacity, and those who gathered much had nothing over, and those who gathered little had no lack. This teaches us a profound economic truth that God provides precisely what is needed for those who trust in Him, yet He also requires human agency and active participation. In our modern economic lives, our daily labor and business endeavors are our modern manna. We must go out into the marketplace with faith and diligence to gather our sustenance, but we must never fall into the illusion that our success is solely the product of our own isolated cleverness. Acknowledging the divine source of your income keeps your heart humble and prevents arrogance from destroying your character. Humility is a magnet for continued blessing, whereas pride precedes a fall. Consider also the laws of the sabbatical year and the Jubilee, where every 7 years fields were left fallow and debts were canceled. To the conventional modern economist, this sounds like economic suicide. How could an entire society pause agricultural production for an entire year without facing starvation? Yet the Torah promises an extraordinary double blessing in the 6th year that sustains the nation through the 7th and 8th years. This demonstrates that divine economics operates outside the rigid constraints of human calculation. When you align your business practices with spiritual integrity, you tap into a higher order of provision. You stop chasing every fleeting opportunity with desperation and instead wait patiently for the right doors to open. You learn to say no to lucrative deals that require moral compromise, knowing that compromised wealth carries hidden costs that will eventually erode your peace of mind, your health, and your family harmony. True success encompasses the whole person. Financial abundance without physical health, emotional peace, and spiritual fulfillment is a hollow victory. The sages teach us that a healthy soul resides in a healthy body and a tranquil mind. When you build wealth through the Torah framework, every aspect of your life rises together in harmonious balance. You become a pillar of strength, a source of wisdom, and a beacon of hope for everyone in your circle of influence. Now let us outline the practical steps you can take starting today to implement this ancient formula in your life. First, conduct a thorough, honest inventory of your current financial situation. Look at your income, your expenses, your debts, and your assets without judgment or shame. You cannot navigate a journey if you do not know your starting point on the map. Face your numbers with courage and clarity. Second, establish a strict discipline of budgeting and savings. Commit to setting aside a fixed percentage of every dollar that enters your hands before you spend a single penny on discretionary consumption. Treat your savings account as a sacred vault that is touched only for strategic investments or genuine emergencies. Build a financial cushion that grants you peace of mind and frees you from the paralyzing fear of unexpected expenses. Third, audit your associations and your mindset. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift your spirit, challenge your thinking, and share your commitment to growth and integrity. Distance yourself from cynicism, gossip, and defeatist mentalities that drain your energy and cloud your vision. Your environment shapes your destiny more than you realize, so choose your companions and mentors with deliberate care. Fourth, integrate tzedakah into your daily financial routine. Even if you are currently struggling to make ends meet, set aside a modest amount regularly to help others in need. Cultivating the habit of giving when you have little ensures that your heart remains generous and open when you have much. Remember that giving is not determined by the size of your wallet, but by the magnitude of your compassion and your faith in the Creator's boundless provision. Fifth, commit to continuous learning and skill development. Read widely, study economic principles, master your craft, and constantly seek ways to deliver exceptional value to your customers and employers. The market rewards those who solve significant problems and serve others with excellence. When you become a person of high value and unshakable integrity, financial abundance naturally follows as a shadow follows a person walking in the sunlight. We must also reflect on the power of perseverance through inevitable trials. Every successful venture encounters storms, market shifts, and moments when giving up feels tempting. But persistence, rooted in faith, transforms obstacles into stepping stones. When you maintain your focus, honor your commitments, and keep your moral compass steady, you build an unshakable resilience that guarantees long-term triumph. And remember, if you are ready to take this transformation to the highest possible level, the Torah Millionaire Business School is waiting for you. For a limited time, you can access the complete Torah Wealth System for just $299. This is the exact blueprint I have used to help thousands of people achieve massive financial and spiritual success. The doors are closing soon. Click the link in the comments, find it in the description, or scan the QR code on my channel banner right now. May you be blessed with tremendous abundance, enduring peace, unfailing wisdom, and the joy of sharing your success with all those around you. Walk boldly in the path of righteousness and prosperity, knowing that the Creator has equipped you with everything you need to succeed in this world and beyond. Shalom. Response: Shalom.